Okay, I cannot carry all, but I'm just gonna show a little bit. Okay, hi everybody, assalamualaikum, welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title, today I'm going to be filming a book haul. It's going to be a huge book haul. These are all the books that I've bought since January of 2024, and they are over 30 plus books. So grab a coffee, matcha tea, get cozy. Let's just go started. Good amount of romances, fantasy, classic. Just go ahead and get started with popular. Is this Bright by Elie Hazelwood. This is Elie Hazelwood's first I believe it's a fantasy book. So far it's actually pretty good. This have a marriage of convenience between a vampire and a werewolf. What a combination. As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow by Zulfa Katu. This has been on my wish for the longest time, and to be a very good life lesson. After I finished reading this one, this was like $43.90, so I got it on a great deal. That was Powerless by Laura Roberts. This is the first from a series. I love this. I finished reading this book early of this month and I absolutely love it. This is a fantasy, but I would say it's a little bit more like dystopian because it kind of reminded me a lot of Hunger Games. So basically this society was divided into two different categories. People with powers are called elites and people without powers are called ordinaries. This purging trial petition where elites participated just to show like their power. Basically this girl named Peyton, she is a powerless. She actually were chosen to participate in this purging trial, so she kind of have to like work together with this prince, like form an ally in order to survive. And there's a backstory how she met with this prince. I'm not going to tell you because that's going to be spoilers, but the banter in here is really good. Enemies to lovers, such a slow burn book. Like even on the page of 400 there's still no kissing or whatever. So if you are interested in those slow burn book, I think this will be great. I went to the popular book fair where you can book and above, you get 20% off. So I bought 3 Belladonna by Adeline Grace. I heard nothing but all the good things, so I'm interested to read this book. I'm very intrigued. I don't know what this book is about. It's a fantasy, it's a trilogy I believe, and there's something to do with death, and I'm excited to read it. Serpent and the Wings of Nights by Carissa Broaden, and this is the first book from the Night One duology, and I am so excited because that's been on wishlist ever since it came out, but it was so expensive, but I got this on pretty great deal. I finished reading them. It's very good. Our female protagonist, she's a human but she has been adopted to this like ruthless vampire king, and every 50 years this particular world have this tournament where it is being held by goddess of death, and there's like about 5 trials, and if you win the trials or you survive the trials, you'll get 1 wish. Your wishes will be granted by the goddess of death herself. Araya trying to find her place in the world of vampires, and if she actually wins, her wishes could be granted. So yeah, this is what this book is about. I loved it. They have enemies to lovers. The banter in here is amazing. It's also a slow burn, but it is so good. It was The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods. I already so finished reading this book. It is also such a good book. It's wholesome, very refreshing. If you're a book lover, you will love this book because there's a lot of like classics literature references in this book. A man named Henry, he did a research, or his thesis or dissertations are about finding the lost manuscript or bookshop. So he's on hunt on finding this particular bookshop, but instead of finding the bookshop, he met this girl named Martha, so they kind of work together to find this bookshop. And then there's 2 different timelines, there's 3 different POVs, and one of my favorite characters in this book is called Opaline. I'm not going to tell you more about it. Go and find it for yourself, and you'll definitely love this book if you're such a big book lover. This Spells Love by Kate Robb, and I bought this earlier this year. I really like the cover. It's a turquoise color and it's beautiful. This is magical realism. It is basically about this girl named Gemma. She made a wish after she broke up with her ex-boyfriend, and then she woke up one day and she found out herself that she's in a parallel universe. Also her guy best friend didn't know her existence, so she kind of trying to win back the trust of her guy best friend. And there's also like a second chance romance and fun book to be read. I got Panic by Lauren Oliver. This is a standalone. I don't know whether it's a mystery thriller or it's a sci-fi, but I think it's some sort of like dystopian or sci-fi mystery thriller, some sort of on that line. I got this for 17 ringgit, so great. Next I got is the first book from the Luna Chronicles series from Marissa Meyer, and if you didn't know, all the Luna Chronicles series are based on the Disney princesses, and this particular book based on Cinderella. As you don't know, but there's sci-war going on, and I guess Cinder kind of sort of fall in love with handsome Prince Kai, and she was not supposed to fall in love with him, and yeah. Checkmate by Elie Hazelwood. This is her first YA romance. Lovers, this have enemies to lovers trope, and I'm all for that. And there's also a lot of chess references in here. Next I got is One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. This is the first book from I believe it's a series, and this has also been adapted to a TV series on Netflix. I haven't watched it, but this kind of reminded me a lot of Good Girl Guides to Murder. This is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 high schoolers went for a detention, and only 4 came out, and obviously they're trying to find who is the killer of one of the students. Next, I got this as a gift, and this is called What You Are Looking For Is in the Library by Michiko Aoyama. Is absolutely amazing book. I think every person in their 20s or people who are trying to navigate their life, they should read this book. Basically, this is about 5 different short stories of 5 different characters. They stumble across this library that they never thought were there, and then they went to the librarian and they asked for what they wanted, but instead of what they wanted, the librarian actually gave what they needed at the time of their life. So yeah, this is a life-changing book, and it's actually pretty cool. Next thing I got was Ready Alert for Love by Rafira. This is I believe it's a Malaysian author, and it's enemies to lovers. They have like a strong female protagonist in here. Okay, now moving on to classics. I got 2 of these classics from Popular Bookstore. It was $9.90 each. So I got the Alice Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. I haven't read this book, but I've watched all of the series. I bought the Charlotte Bronte Jane Eyre, and it's so thick and intimidating. I've started it. It's actually pretty good. It's a story about this girl named Jane, is an orphan, and then she used to stay with the auntie, but then the auntie sent her to a school, or like a boarding school, like an orphanage, but they pay and stuff. And then I'm currently at the point of her life where she's an adult now, and she is a tutor to this girl. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys all the classics that I got. First is from the book Access, Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne. Then I got The Art of War by Sin, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I've been wanting to get this book for a while, and I got this for $14.90, so great deal. And then I got The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which I'm super excited because this is like one of the classics that I really want to read, and I am excited about this. Okay, I got 1 classics from Kino, which is The White Knights by Fyodor Dostoevsky. Yeah. And this is about 2 devastating Russian stories of solitude, unrequited love, and depravity from beyond the grave. And this is a very short story. I hope I can finish it or read it soon. It's only like 111 pages. These are the rest of the classics that I thrifted. The first one is Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. I am excited to read this book because I heard that this is way better than Pride and Prejudice, and I do love Pride and Prejudice. I just want to read this. And this was only ringgit, guys. I got this off thrift store. Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I am super excited. The reason I want to read this book is because I read The Lost Bookshop. Bronte sisters references in there, and there's also specifically Emily Bronte, and I'm super excited. So I got the Wuthering Heights, and I like the cover and everything, and yeah, I'm gonna read this book soon. I got this for only ringgit, guys. Oh, Set on You by Amelia, and this, I also thrifted this one. This was only 15 ringgit. I honestly don't know what this book is about, but it's a romance about this curvy fitness influencer named Crystal Chen. She just broke up with a boyfriend, so she went to a different gym, I think, and there she met like this firefighter named Scott Ritchie, and I guess they eventually will fall in love. Last things that I'm gonna show you guys are all the books that I got off of Book Access. There's a lot of good finds there, and let's just go ahead and get started. The Ex-Hex by Erin Sterling. I finished reading this book. It is so good. It's perfect for the Halloween / October time, and it's so funny. That's the one thing that I like. When the book is super hilarious, I would enjoy it even better. About a girl named Vivian Jones. She's a witch, and then she broke up with a boyfriend, and then she and her cousin wish on him, and the curse actually happened 9 years after, because the ex-boyfriend came back. Like basically Vivian and his ex-boyfriend named Rice work together to break the curse. One Italian Summer by Rebecca Sturley. This is one of the popular books, and I found this off Book Access for $24.90. Super great bargain. But this has something to do with grief and finding new purpose in life, I would say. And yeah, it's really fun. Basically, it's about this girl, Katie. After her mother died, she kind of sort of lost the purpose of life, but she already booked a ticket to go to Italy with the mother, but obviously the mother died, so she went alone. There she met her mother at the age of 29 or something, or 32, I forgot. You spend time, it's like a one last chance for her to spend time with her mother, and it's just a very, very nice book. Like the mother and daughter dynamic of this book is just amazing, even though they don't know each other, but it's really cute. And I like the setting because it sets in Positano, Italy, so it's really amazing. It kind of brought me there, if that makes sense. It starts with this by Colleen Hoover. I literally bought this book the day after I finished reading It Ends With Us because I want to know more about Atlas. If you know the first book, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but basically in the first book she has this childhood guy best friend, and this second book is basically about her and the childhood guy best friend. So I really like Colleen Hoover actually wrote about Atlas story with her, so I really do appreciate it, and this is one of my favorite books. Next book that I got was The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. This is historical fiction by her. Kristen Hanna is a really great writer, so I want to say for myself whether this is actually good or not. Next we have is Jade Fire Gold by June C. L. Tan. I don't know whether this is a young adult fantasy or an adult fantasy, but all I know it is a fantasy book, and this features two different main characters named Anne and Ethlyn. Ethlyn is a lost heir, so he's trying to like take back his throne, and then Anne is a orphan. Like she have nobody, and I think they kind of work together to get Ethlyn's throne. I might be wrong, but I am all for it, and I heard nothing but good things about this book, so I'm gonna say it for myself. And then I got The Float Plan by Trish Dollar. One of my Bookstagram friends recommended me to read this book, and I am excited when I found this off Book Access because it was only $19.90. This also has to do with grief, and this is about this girl named Anna. She was supposed to go to this sailboat trip with the fiance, but then the fiance died, so she went alone, but she doesn't know how to sail a boat, so she hired this professional sailor named Keen, and I guess they kind of heal each other, so yeah, and eventually they're gonna fall in love, so I'm excited. Next book that I got were A Long Time Coming by Megan Queen. I don't know what this book is about, but I know it was viral, so I bought it. This is The Newcomer by Mary Kate Andrews, and they said that this is a perfect mystery thriller for the summertime. Letty is trying to find her older sister's killer, so this is basically about her adventure trying to find who is the killer. Next we have is a modern classic, and this is The Fortnight in September by R.C. Sheriff. I honestly bought it because it has beach, and it just sounded it just looked like summertime, and yeah, it came with the decollete edges, which is super cute. I don't know if you guys can tell. I don't know what this was about. So that is pretty much my huge book haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm probably not going to buy any books until December, my birthday month, because I'm probably going to receive a lot more books for my birthday, because obviously people know I love to read. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. And if you guys have read any of the books that I showed you guys, let me know in the comment box below. And thanks for watching, everybody. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum.